Gates are back. Great stuff.
You go, recipe for Palladium or Local Magic. Great stuff.
It's Tambo's Heart though. Tambo's Heart in front. He's got plenty of heart, Tambo's. And Tambo's Heart goes on to win. Hot Shot Harry will get. Well, welcome everyone to On the Bit Racing Australia, and we are now officially right at the business end, the final business end of the last round of heats for the Country Cups Challenge, and of course the Country Stampede, which has built together such a wonderful series. And we've come all the way through from some great spots, Scotty, to where we are now, and gee whiz, it's getting exciting.
Yeah, no, it's been a tremendous ride, Chargy. You know, from when we first kicked off, we had the 4 meetings to venture into the series, and it's been a privilege to be a part of the Country Series specials, and just to get our thoughts about the meetings and then to review the winners of the various heats. Then we get down to the final, and it's the final meeting this weekend, and with 15 horses going into the final of the Country Cup and 16 going into the final of the Stampede, and gee, it's going to be some great action this weekend out at Roma. But from the winners that we've seen, it's tremendous, mate. And as we know, Deadly Choices is out of play. Unfortunately, he suffered that little bit of an injury, and we have heard earlier in the week that Valente, he won't be taking his place in the field either. The Ray Herman trained galloper. So unfortunately, he suffered an injury and had a stone bruise. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame because we thought that them two would be fighting out for favouritism, and yeah, unfortunately, they won't be there. And we wish the Herman family all the best too, with Clary, you know, not being well. And yeah, no, our thoughts are with the Herman family. And yeah, unfortunately, Valente won't be there.
Yeah, it's a big blow, isn't it? Deadly Choices and Valente, they probably would have been first and second favourite on exposed form at the moment. So, look, let's touch on the Stampede at the moment, Scotty, the winners and who's qualified, just so we know. Absolute Bonza, he was very good, wasn't he, at Rockhampton the other day? He's qualified. Media Vita, District, Wicked Wiki, Zukaz, very good at Emerald the other day. Muron, who goes around at Roma. Tambo's Heart's qualified there. Hard Stride, he goes around at Roma as well. Malongal Magic, Raiden, of course, Muron did qualify twice, so Draymond got the next spot there. Diggity, Tapper. Now, Tapper will be right because he's going around at Gympie on Saturday. Zukaz, Burrat the other day, and Scotty. It looks pretty clear. I haven't heard any whispers of too many of those that, finish first that aren't going to go. So it looks like we'll be at full steam for that one.
Yeah, it's been great seeing these runners come through as well. And to see some of them win 2 heats, it sort of gives them runners up, a chance to actually make the field now. But as you said, Absolute Bonza, Kevin Miller's got him firing at the right time, Muron. And then we see Hard Stride, who's going around again as well. But yeah, no, some good quality sprinters there, and it's going to be a tough race, the Country Stampede final.
Yes, it is, and that takes us to the Country Cups Challenge. The the qualifiers at the moment. We've got Galapagos. If he goes round, Rodney Hay was a bit 50-50 there. Boiling was runner-up behind him. Valente, well, he's now out. So Van Winkle gets the spot there. Fluidity from Ewan. Deadly Choices is now out, so Loud Enough gets his spot. SEL goes around at Roma. Splits. Mercuro, good run the other day at Cairns, which we identified. Richford. Lay Drama, Regal Reese, My Cousin Bossy, Rather Salubrious. Of course, Hanover Square, unable to qualify because he's won a Metro, so the Irons gets his spot. Still a little question mark there if he's qualified, the Irons. He did go around today, I think, at Bow Desert, so we'll get word on that. Mr. Tickets ran third in that heat. Proan, of course, got up to beat Lay Dude at Emerald. And Paniagua, we didn't miss him in the run. So there's still a little bit of a 50-50 going on with the Country Cups Challenge, Scotty.
Yeah, I think, as we say with the nominations automatically going in for the top 3 runners, the first 3 in each heat are automatically nominated. But you do have to accept by next Wednesday for the race, which is the week after. So they'll nominate on Monday. But if you wish to... if you've finished unplaced and you wish to, play your hand, you can still nominate, I guess, Chargy as well.
Yeah, very important point, Scotty. People wondering if they're not sure. Basically, you run first, second, and third. You're an automatic nomination for the race series that you've qualified for, and they close on Monday at 11 a.m. Now, if you finished further back than third, but you think you might be a chance of getting in if horses are going to drop away, nominations are available up until 11 o'clock on Monday of next week. So that's coming up Monday, and of course weights will be out Tuesday. Now the important thing, as you said, Scotty, there is acceptances. You're not an automatic acceptor, so you've got to do it by 10 a.m. next Wednesday, the 25th of November. Acceptances close, so it's sort of a good week earlier than you would expect, because they want to shape the field, have it ready. We can sink our teeth into what's going to happen there.
Yeah, exactly. And then the barrier draw will happen the week later, the following Wednesday. But yeah, as you say, acceptances next Wednesday, the 25th. And of course, we'll see what fields are assembled after the acceptances do go through, and therefore it'll dissect which horses are going to get a run.
That's it, Scotty. Well, that's all the formalities down. Let's get into the business now. Well, we might take a short break on the Bit Racing Australia, and then we'll come back and we'll fine-tune, have a look at this last meeting at Roma, which is going to be a dead-set beauty. So we'll have a short break, come back and have a look at Roma.
On the Bit is proudly supported by Manuplex, creating a more productive future for Australian mining.
We do it all. 1-800-4-PLUMBER. Plumber to your door. Bathroom, kitchens, renovations, roof repairs and installations with clear communications. Plumber to your door. 24/7 will be right there. Emergency service on repair. For water and gas, we do it all. Just call for plumber to your door. 1-800-4-PLUMBER. Plumber to your door.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to our preview of our Roma meeting coming up on Saturday. It's going to be a beauty. And, Scotty, how good are the fields for Roma on Saturday?
It's a tremendous day's racing in it at Roma. The Roma Cup meeting is always a great weekend. And I guess with the numbers a little bit down due to the restrictions in place, but I'm pretty sure there'll be a great party atmosphere over there. And the two races they've got assembled for the Country Cup qualifier, the Royal 99 Roma Cup, over 1640. It's race number 7 on the card to go at 348. And then race number 8, the final event, the Country Stampede Heat Open Handicap 1,000 metres to go at 428. And you can see there's some genuine runners in there, and some of them handle the scent and some don't, Chargy. So it'll be interesting to see. And the trainers are coming from near and far to bring their horses to have a weekend out at Roma.
Yeah, it's always been such a great meeting, isn't it? And, massive fields, and particularly these two races, they're as well supported as any of the heats we've seen. And let's have a look and dissect the Stampede first, which, as you said, is race 8 on the program. Some very good horses there. Tassani Tomso for Kevin Kemp, Gary Guerin's there, Hard Stride. We know how well he's going. Paulie Hamlin to ride for Jason Judge. Ozark is there. Another Sin. Now, isn't this a story? Brett Kavanagh trains out of Scone. Of course, he's a Charleville boy or thereabouts out in the west. And Les Tilley to do the riding. This horse is very, very smart. So he's got to handle the sand. That's a question mark. All Ease is there for Leonard Morn. The Congliere for Wayne Baker. He's a local boy. He knows how to train a winner on Roma Cup Day. And Muron, as we said, he's already qualified technically twice. Can he win 3 heats of the Stampede, Scotty? Wow, what a race.
Yeah, I went right through them, and I came down and got it down to 4, which is pretty hard. It's a tough field, and as you said, another sin, Brett Kavanagh and Bubba Tilley takes the right for the Kavanagh stable. Its form in New South Wales is pretty good. The sand is a bit of a problem, and the wide draws might bother with it, Chargy. So I do think it's a good chance, another sin. Tasani Tomso for Gary Guerin and Kevin Kemp resuming, and it has raced out there before. Tasani Tomso and raced very well. Guerin, I give a great chance. Dakota Graham and Billy Johnson, it's won 2 heats. It'll jump and run, be very hard to beat, but I just can't go past Hard Stride, mate. Paul Hamblin again takes the ride for Jason Judge. Draw barrier 4. You go back 2 starts. It finished 5th at Zoo Style, and then go 4 starts back, finishing 4th behind Just Orm. And the heat it won at Gympie, it won in a very easy style. And I know Paul Hamblin has got a big opinion of it, and I think Hard Stride will be very, very hard to beat out there at Roma in the Stampede qualifier. Even though he's already won 1 heat, mate, I think he can win again.
Yeah, gee whiz, he's going to be hard to beat. When you start to talk about the form that he carries there, Tasani Tomso likes the track for Kevin Kemp. All these is there. Muron, as you said, Hard Stride. I'm going to stick with another sin. I'm going to say he's the best horse in the race because his provincial New South Wales form is outstanding. He's got speed. I am very concerned about the gate, but Les Tilley on board, he'll know that track well enough to hopefully get him across and put him into a lovely position. And look, his form down there is just outstanding, isn't it? And I know he's performed at Metro meetings in the past, but he's so good around those regional, country circuits in New South Wales. I just think with any sort of luck, Brett Kavanagh, back he comes to the homeland. And look, he probably came up to watch the Origin the other night, but I think this horse is going to be very hard to beat, another sin, Scotty. So I'm going to say another sin, but he's going to need luck. But what a race it's going to be. That takes us on to the Country Cups Challenge. Now, this is no different. It's an absolute perler, this one. Fab's Cowboy, can he get there? They'll tear the grandstand down at Doomben if he can't be there for a final. Eshiel, Hanover Square, Scrabble, Matty Crops runner, Silent Flyers there. Okanagan Miss, another one from the Matty Crops stable. Trommel Slagen, we're a bit worried it mightn't handle the dirt tracks. It wasn't a bad run the other day. And Billy the Kid for Wayne Baker, he'll have this ready to go. So, Scotty, it's a great Country Cups race. It's probably one of the best ones I've seen so far.
Yeah, I think it's very, very tough to sort of dissect the form, and particularly on the sand track over the 1640. Some horses will handle it and some won't, as we know. And you see big margins on them tracks too, Chargy, when they don't handle it. So I've got it down to 6, mate, and probably I might even miss the winner. Who knows? But Fab's Cowboy, I've got great respect for the horse as yourself, mate. It'll be great to see him qualify, as you know. He's been a tremendous horse, great country horse. He's been down there the last 2 years to Brisbane. Let's hope he can make it again. Hanover Square has already won a heat. Brooke Richardson takes the ride for Lennon Bourne, and I'm not sure about the sand track for Hanover Square. Billy the Kid, I was very impressed with this run in the Stampede heat at Emerald last Friday. And, after the race, I said there's a horse you can put down in your black book, put it down in big block letters, Billy the Kid, but I didn't know that Wayne would sort of target the Cup qualifier over the 1640, and I think he's in it up to his ears, Billy the Kid. I'll give it a great chance because Adam Spinks again takes the ride, and he was a long way back at Emerald over the 1100 metres and really rattled home that last little bit to be just behind the place getters climbing over their heels. Okanagan Miss and Scrabble, both from the Matty Crop stable. I see Gary Guerin's down to ride Scrabble, but out of the two, so that's maybe a little bit of a push for Scrabble, but I just can't go past Eshiel, mate. I know it's drawn wide. Danny Ballard goes down to take the ride for the Toddy Austin trained galloper. It's already qualified. It's already won a heat. I think it'll win again, and so whatever runs second will actually get into the final. But yeah, Eshiel's my tip for the Country Cup qualifier, the Royal I'm 99 Roma Cup for 2020.
Yeah, gee, you're spot on. That run of Billy the Kid the other day was really eye-catching, wasn't it? He was back over the sprint. He really made ground. And if one guy's going to fire at Roma, as I said earlier, it's going to be Wayne Baker, and particularly at this meeting. He's very hard to beat. Eshiel, I agree with you. I think he's going to be super hard to beat. And, he'll be up there handy to the speed. That's going to be a big advantage for him. But I'm going to stick my neck out. I'm going to say Fab's Cowboy, like Queensland the other night. Scotty can just go bang, and here I am. Gee whiz, he's won 9 at Roma. So I just think if he's up handy to the speed, he'll roll along. I know he's got a big weight, but Billy would be dead set filthy if he doesn't qualify Fab's Cowboy. So I'm going to say that he can qualify and we'll get the fairy tale. He'll be there on the 5th of December. But gee, it's going to be a big race. I just think that advantage on the track's a big plus for Fab's Cowboy. So that's the reason I'm sticking with him. But gee whiz, it's going to be a ripping finish, isn't it?
Oh, it'll be a great race, no doubt about it. And, as you say, he's in it up to his ears, Fabs. He's down in weight for what he's normally been carrying. Raced well on the circuit, as you said. And, we wish them all the best out there. It should be a great day's racing, of course, out there at Roma. I think they've got TAB coverage as well for the meeting, and it's a great day out there. And I wish them all the best, and hope everyone has an enjoyable day out there.
And Scotty, you'd be remiss of us not to mention the football. Of course, the state of origin. How good was Queensland? Those Blues, they're still whinging. You can hear them from here.
Mate, that was a great game of football. The best hype up you could ever get is to get put down and saying that you're not going to measure up and you're the worst team in 40 years, etc. Well, gee, all it did was just got the Maroons up on their high horse, and they were really in for the challenge again. And a lot of youth and a lot of energy in them young fellas that were there having their first game for the Queensland side. And Harry Grant, how good was he off the interchange? Absolutely great, and great to see him get a run, and to score that try to actually seal the game for them was absolutely tremendous to see. The determination for him to reach out and get the ball on the line was great, and then the defence they put in for that last 10 minutes, great to see. New South Wales, they can say how good their sides are, mate, but where it counts is in the ticker and on the night.
Well, you're spot on. I was going to say there's one big similarity between the Queensland Origin team and, the Queensland country racing people. It's the big ticker, isn't it? We, all these really good Origin players, they come from the bush, a bit like our racing people. They're full of heart. They're full of drive and determination, and that's what these series are all about too. It's, travelling far and wide to qualify, to get there on grand final day and have a crack. And well done to Queensland. And I tell you what, we're coming down to the city to show them what it's all about on the 5th of December too, Scotty.
Oh, it'll be absolutely great weekend down there, and sort of looking forward to it. And it'd be great to see the people it's a great weekend, like a reunion, isn't it, Chargy, when they all get down there for them. Two finals, a Stampede and Country Cup.
Yeah, can't wait for that. I think it's going to showcase really well on the 5th of December. And good luck to everyone. If you haven't qualified yet, I hope you get the ticket, the golden ticket, you might call it now. It's going to be a sweat to see, who falls out, who stays in. And Scotty, we'll have a look early next week. Once noms come out, we'll try to dissect, who looks like they're gone, because we're going to see everyone that's nominated, and then we're going to put a line through a few that we know aren't going. So we'll look forward to that Monday. But for now, we'll look forward to that meeting at Roma and all the action on Sky Racing, as well as you said on Saturday. Can't wait. And bring on early next week too, Scotty.
Yeah, thanks, Chargy. And look forward to next week as well, mate.
Well, that's a wrap for our preview of Roma this weekend. Good evening, everyone. We'll catch you early next week to dissect the final field.